Hi everyone, this is Sam with Reach Out and Read, and today we are going to make colorful collages of Kenya. And so to start, you're going to find an adult and you're going to look online for photographs of landscapes in Kenya. And you're going to choose one of these pictures to be your base model. There will probably be a lot of yellow and orange sand, some blue sky, green trees and bushes, and maybe mountains too. The picture that I chose is of a sunset. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by using this picture as a guide, and the materials that you're going to need are some paper, some magazines or construction paper, anything with a lot of color on it. I've already torn out some pieces over here. Some tape or glue. I've only got tape here, so we're using tape, and some scissors. Use safety scissors if you're a kid. So to start off, what we're going to do is we're going to draw an outline of our picture. So if you look at my picture, there's a big sun in one side. So I'm going to draw the sun. And then there's the landscape. And there's one tree sticking out. And then there are lots of really pretty clouds. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this really quick drawing as a guide. And then I'm going to begin by gluing my different colors. So to start off, I'm going to start with the sunset actually. And so I've got some really nice red paper here, and I'm going to begin by laying it all out to create a really pretty photo collage. And I'm going to layer it all. And once I've made a layer that I'm really happy with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tape and I'm going to just tape those layers down. So here's my tape. And the way that I like to build it is you want the bottom layer to be kind of the most in the front. So you're going to do the very back ones first. And the way sunsets work, usually it's kind of lighter on the top and darker on the bottom. So I'm going to just begin taping now. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's really about making it something that you think is really nice and pretty. So here, I've taped my first piece on. I'm going to keep on doing this until I'm happy with the result. And because some of my sunset is coming from a cardboard box, I'm actually going to let the brown cardboard act as some of the clouds so that you can get a really kind of interesting image out of it in the end. And again, it really doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be something that's exciting for you. And then I've got some more of this kind of lighter orange up here, and I'm going to use that for the very top of the sky. This is going to be a really pretty sunset. See? So I'm going to keep on taping everything down. And sometimes what I like to do with tape is if you can flip it on itself, then it's almost like a double stick tape. And then you don't see the tape lines. So now that I've got, here, let me do a little bit more. So now I've got kind of a sunset going with lots of different layers. And keep in mind, it doesn't have to be perfect. So you can see mine goes off the edge a little bit, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the edges at the end. So now the next thing that I want to make is the big sun, because that's a really important part of it. And so again, random paper found in my recycling. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of it. I'm going to make a sun out of it. So let me get a nice piece so that I can cut it out. And if you're worried that you're not going to be able to cut it perfectly, what you can do is you can draw the outline of what you want to cut out later in the first place. So, not a perfect circle, it doesn't have to be, but here's my sun. And so I'm going to just cut this out. So the other thing you should do is always go back to your picture that you're using as your reference. So here you can see the sun's actually got a little line through it. You see where it's disappeared behind the outline? So I'm going to cut a little line through my sun right here. Now I'm going to glue this on. And from here, I'm going to work on my background. So this one is easy because this one's just a big black line. So I'm going to use another box that I found. I'm just going to cut out a big piece of black cardboard. I'm going to tape these pieces down. Now, I think this looks pretty good. So the last step is that in my picture, there's a little tree here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another piece of cardboard, and on the back of it, I'm going to try to draw the outline of that tree that I see here. And so to me, that looks a little like this. So now I'm going to cut out that shape. Remember, get a parent if this part is hard, okay? You can always ask for help. Now that I've got my tree, I'm going to kind of go in and make some little cuts for branches, just to make it a little bit fancier. So there we go, now we've got some branches there. I'm going to glue my tree on. And now, just to make it look nice and clean, I'm going to cut all the way around the outline, just so that all the edges are nice. And here we go. We've got our collage of Kenya. I hope everyone enjoyed and have a nice day.